Dahlias are a wonderful addition to your garden. When they bloom, they're one of the most beautiful flowers you could ever see. They come in a wide range of colors and styles, ranging from petite blooms to dinner plate-sized flowers. There's a dahlia for every garden. In our area, which is hardiness zone 5B, we must remove the tubers and store them for the winter. In the fall, before the first hard frost, make sure that all of your dahlias are labeled so that you know which is which when you're digging them. After the first hard frost, cut off all of the stems and leaves, leaving an inch or two of stalk above the ground. Dig carefully around each clump, trying your best not to cut some of the tubers at the exteriors of the clump. After digging, gently remove any loose soil and then wash each clump separately, getting as much dirt off as possible. Let the tuber clumps dry for a day or so and then gently brush off any extra soil. Label each clump or individual tuber with an indelible marker. Check for damaged or rotted tubers and remove them from the clump with a sharp knife or pruners. Check for eyes emerging from the base of the stem. The eyes mostly look like little bumps or warts. This is called an eye, and new growth will come from that next year. Here you can also see an eye. Right. So if we can separate these two, you'll get two plants out of this. You can divide your clumps either in the fall or in the spring. We usually wait until spring as the tubers have dried out a bit and become easier to separate. If you divide them in the fall, make sure that there is a piece of stem with an eye attached to every tuber. If a tuber is cut, you want it to scab over for a day or two before storing. We dust the tubers lightly with powdered cinnamon, which smells great and has antifungal properties. Tubers must be stored in a place that doesn't have a lot of humidity and doesn't freeze. The generally accepted temperature is about 45 degrees. There are a number of materials you can use, but we have found that for our conditions, cedar shavings from the pet store work well. We place a layer of shavings at the bottom of a bin and fill with dahlia clumps and tubers. Try not to have them touch each other and put them in the bin in such a way that you can easily check them once or twice during the winter. We don't close the lids tightly, allowing some air to enter the bin. When you check them, check for any fungal growth, which should be removed. If they look too dry, you can spritz them a bit and put them back into storage. Enjoy the rest of your winter, check your dahlias periodically, and know that if they're stored well and properly, you'll have an abundance of gorgeous flowers next summer.